The time is 8:38 a.m. It's the 8th of August, 2026. So what I picked up at the Safeway is Donald Trump and this real genius crowd. There's some locals there. The brightest and the best are convinced that, oh, here goes your mufflers. Hold on, let's shout over mufflers in the Peninsula woods, day and night. I am at a parking lot gas station. Some of it is expected here. It's a nice bike. Here's a nice bike. Oh God, when I get out of here, man. But then I'm going back to DC. Fuck, that was worse there, believe it or not. No, it was. Okay, so we've got people that are always sitting in their cars here, like that, just never getting out of their cars and sitting for maybe a whole day. Oh yeah, half a day, multiple hours. Mack trucks, it's the same. It's going and never stops. Everywhere you go, they're sitting in their cars, they're sitting on benches, just lingering. They'll sit. Hold on! There's all these mufflers. Mufflers! And Mack trucks. They'll sit, bus stops, benches. This is regular people. This is meth addicts. They just don't have anything to do with themselves in Port Townsend. But so every time I go into that Safeway and I can film it, so we're doing really good. It's just, we'll get to what it is. It's misery and hell, okay? But they run their mouths just like the other compound. Another muffler. Why do I bother doing this here? I question that sometimes. This is actually right now as bad as Washington, D.C. was. But we're at a parking lot gas station. So some's to be expected. But does everybody here have to have a muffler? Why do you do this here? There's other fucking cars to drive. Okay, hold on. Oh God, it's over there now. Oh my God. Well, it took forever just to get to the point of what I heard in there. I'm trying to get to what I heard in there, but how? How do you do it? Okay, so when I went in there, just like all the compounds, they run their mouths. It's a syndrome from the drugs they do. I know that. They're on a lot of crystal methamphetamine. I had a man standing behind me in a red and black checkered plaid mountain man shirt. His feet spread apart. He's ready for a war. I'm buying donuts and coffee. I'm a chick, and you know I'm not armed. They don't care, okay? They attack women in public here. I don't want to shout every fucking thing I've witnessed here. All right, so just take my word for it. These are it took such fucking military muscle here, and I can see how it took 12 years. It was infested, embedded here. It would take about that long if you didn't use huge catastrophic weapons. Yeah, it would take that long. They're just every fucking where here. When they finally do bomb and gut this place, there's gonna be times where there's nobody left. No, but I don't want to shout what I'm talking about all the time. Okay, so just be patient and wait, all right? And I'll explain thoroughly to you. It's part of my job I have in Washington, D.C. I'm honored to have it. All right? Nothing was unjustified. Nothing will be hidden in secrecy. There's lots of information for you, and justice has been served. It's not the other way around, okay? You know, if you commit treason, you get hung. Just basic principles, basic laws, basic humanity. Stop panicking, thinking, oh no, it's going to be no rights for anybody. There's not going to be any rights. Everything's going to be different. All this. There he is. I can film him. He wants to come out. So he runs his mouth. Okay, there he runs away. Because I've never filmed before. They don't get it. No, I'm filming, dude. I should be running around the town with a whole bunch of gay guys from California. You're fucking toast. But they don't get it. When I'm filming little Miss Unarmed and no weapons, dude, do you get it? How long have this? I've seen some of these vets. They're straight up army dudes. They're huge guys. Yeah, for all the single ladies, those are some eligible bachelors. You are right. No, they're really, really handsome, tall and strong, huge army guys. Yes, and let's compliment them, okay? But they're very skilled military professionals, all right? And that's the truth of it. And it took years. And they finally, with the huge muscles that they have, after a long time, beat the shit down out of this fucking place. Port Townsend Peninsula, Washington State, Idaho, Oregon. It was huge. I was on those areas, yeah, but I was in the capital. I was unarmed there. I don't handle weapons, okay? So the men around here, they do the Ukrainian mob. They do the Russian mob. Because I bring up these two organizations because, or criminal organizations, felony, mafia, because they're highly, extremely neo-Nazi racist. So they looked up to them, okay? Because this is all about being neo-Nazi, white power, white master race. That's why I bring it up, okay? Because they're not going to look up to as leaders, as their strong men, a black or brown man. Okay, you figured this. Okay, good. Okay, we're all intelligent here. So they looked up to their strong men were these neo-Nazi mafia crime enterprise fucking men. And a lot of them were out of Europe and they're very brutal. Europe, Ukraine, this area, Eastern, and Russia. Now, some of their military fraction that was here that took the military muscle I was talking about, okay, with the skill and the lifetime commitment to armed services, because you can't just learn it in 5 years. No. Wow. Yeah, the tactical ground warfare, the Air Force, the Navy, it takes somebody who had 20 years experience. Yeah. I mean, and then they can do the orders, but you know what I mean. Okay, so for this area, Peninsula, Washington State, these states I've just listed, for their leaders that were in the military, again, they had their neo-Nazi, it's the white power, which was the crux, which was the motive here. U.S., yeah, which is the evil military. I put them when I describe who started this shit. And so yesterday, what I was supposed to say is, this is remember how I'm not a superior here. I would take orders. I do take orders. I don't give them in regards to the military, but the military governs themselves. My job for the government is the government, the country. I'm not involved with what the military does. So in my opinion, this is my opinion, they are actually the president, but they don't see it like that. They see it as I have a high power job within the government as well. So we'll all get together and we will discuss this for all of you out there in the country, because, yeah, we're your government. I, Heidi Granger, am your government, which is not a surprise when I say that. Nobody's surprised by that. And nobody's surprised by the U.S. good guys, but there will be some foreign military members out of Russia and out of Israel who will be part of your government. It will be some slight adjustments, okay? But nothing too drastic. You don't have to worry about China taking over. China's taking over. Now, China does have a lot of influence, and I'll be the first one to tell you. And so do some of these Middle Eastern countries. They will have a lot of influence in our country. That's because we work together now. We work together, which I have done some writing about, and I saw it as guidance. So you can say this is subconscious, that I subconsciously knew this, but I saw it as guidance. That's how whatever the word, I'm not going to have an earplug by the side of the road trying to recall words with traumatic shit happening every day. Okay, so I'm trying to calm the citizenry of the United States down from thinking, okay, Donald Trump and Joe Biden brought war and brought hell and brought horror and nightmare to our country, and a new government, people come, and new government, some changes come, and now we have to be afraid now, because it's just going to keep going on, this tyranny, this oppression, this uncertainty. No, it actually goes right back to how it was, except there's your economy, the way your economy runs. Since I have a position of power, will be more of a I don't want to declare it yet, because I really want to put some thought into it, because it's not going to be socialism. We're not running our GDP as socialism. But I don't want to declare just yet while I'm still sitting here in Port Townsend trying to announce to you the status of the war. Exactly our financial, our fiscal, our GDP order of operations. I don't want to declare that today, but it will be different. Like, okay, here's a reference. And since I've been around so long, it's really great. Remember when I said we're going to tax the beef? We're going to change some of our agricultural and our commerce taxes. So, and that's for free food, free medicine. Oh yeah, that's part of it. So your changes are radical, a lot of it, yeah. But they needed to happen. They needed to happen since Roosevelt, the second Roosevelt. They needed to happen. So, yeah, your Wall Street and your stock markets, radically different, which takes military muscle. So I have, my 2 feet are in that one. I'm in the pool with that one. I'm swimming too, with a radical change coming to Wall Street, coming to New York. But like you're looking here at the peninsula, no, that took those, like I've been telling the ladies, the single ladies, that took those bachelors, those huge, tall army guys that I see here, man. Whoa. Yeah, no, they're a hot commodity, ladies. Go check them out. But I don't think they're on dating apps. They're really good. Men of honor, okay? And oh my God, the muscle it took to bring this shit down here. So I can sit on this bench, okay? Oh, by the way, when I came here and filmed, they drove away. They got fucking freaked out. It's how it is here. But I was never allowed to film. No, it's nice to film now. So, and then he comes out and runs from the camera. And let's get to what they were saying in there. So, as protocol, when I go into any of these compounds, these terror compounds is what they are, aided, harbored, and abetted. I can say it, I can film it. Safeway is one, QC is one, the Recovery Cafe is one. We all know Legion is one. So they have these fake prop businesses set up open to the public, but they're actually operating and functioning as terror complexes and terror compounds where they actually make plots against soft targets and targets. So that's when those big tough guys that I keep talking about, the military muscle, comes in, because I'm the one that's either being targeted or I'm investigating or I'm doing something, but I'm not using any weapons. And so only terror groups target people who don't use weapons. They target women and children, right? Exactly. So that's what we're dealing with here for a long time. It takes big military brain power and big military muscle to handle that. No, we all know where my capacity is on that. No, I know. Okay. Okay. So, no, but you'll see them. They wear civilian clothes. They're the heroes. They can't come up and say hi to me necessarily because they're doing something when they're on the sidewalk, and I'm doing something. But they're U.S., some of them, and they're about 6'3", they're all at least 6 feet tall. Big old guys. Okay, so anyways, when I came in here, let me plug in ear. The terror groups here with whoever wants to help them as far as a military group would be Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin's weak and defeated, but still some of them are there in Russia, his fraction of the military, some of the United Kingdom's fraction of their military, which is really evil, neo-Nazi, on and on. So it could be some fractions of European militaries, definitely the entire Ukrainian armed forces. That's really bad here. There's so much I can finally say in film. I don't want to throw it all in because I'm at 15 minutes. We are basically, when we're here in the peninsula in Washington State, we are basically in Ukraine. So just assume when they're talking about launching attacks from Safeway like idiots in front of a lady buying coffee and donuts. Oh my God, do you know how stupid they are? Be aware who's launching that shit. It'll be a little bit because Russia's been dealing with their cooping military for at least 13 years. Ask Lavrov, he knows he has. The GRU, how much do I say thanks to them, and I owe them my life? Okay, so they're very aware of what's going on in Russia, but Ukraine will be doing it, and Ukraine will be launching attacks with the country of Iran. Iran and Arab terror groups are really bad here with Ukrainian armed forces. So when I went into the Safeway, he starts talking about, I don't remember verbatim, okay, not off the top of my head. If I go somewhere quiet and I try to fucking find a quiet place to sit in this fucking town, because they do it on purpose here, all the noise they generate. I could probably recall what he said verbatim, but this is in summary and it's almost accurate to the point he made. It's almost his words. He said, tonight, they're going to get it tonight. We'll have it tonight. It's going to be good tonight. On and on and on, on and on and on. So much. The point was clear, okay? He was talking to that plaid, checkered, red and black, checkered plaid wearing mountain man standing like a soldier ready to clobber me from behind in line while I'm buying donuts and coffee. He was talking to him. They're not the brightest bunch. It's all these white men. Mountain men. No insult to mountain men. No insult. I've complimented mountain men here and their families for living in Alaska. It's a hard place to live. But the mountain men I've encountered here are not nice Alaska family people. They're far from that. All right. So they have a planned attack, a planned offensive is called, an offensive. And they have a military that's willing to do it. But the way Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Putin have been doing this for years is you don't know, like our government, Heidi Gringer and the U.S. good guys in the armed forces, you would know, we would tell you, we're planning an offensive, blah, 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 if it was clear to announce it. These fucking shysters, Trump, Biden, Putin, Zelensky, never tell anybody, and then they make up a fake headline about, if it does come into public view, something completely fake. So the public has no fucking idea that there's a full-scale hot war going on. And that's been happening ever since the Capitol. The body count in Washington, D.C. was phenomenal. It was historical. It was hundreds. There'd be hundreds after the weekend. There'd be hundreds. And you'd smell it on the sidewalk. They'd get them in the weekends. They'd start on Friday night. They like to launch attacks on the Fridays and the Saturdays. It's the same thing here. But they would come in the tunnels, like 100 of them, and you would smell it. It's really awful. It was Ukrainian, Russian, there was U.S. Donald Trump was having trouble making up stories for his dead, missing soldiers. It was in the papers. We'll go through it. It has to go into our history books. That's why I'm mad that it's not in our history books right now. Not yet. Okay. Donald Trump, the best thing for him is to arrest him and leave him in prison. That's worse than hell below for him. Okay, but I want to wrap this up. We're at 20 minutes. I want to cram this as much as I can onto Instagram. So they're giving it up in front of the ladies in town about their launch planned offensive they have, okay? These big, tough, tall army guys, they're 6 feet tall in town that I see all the time. They already know that. I'm able to film and carry on and on camera. So does it look like we're under siege? Does it seem like that? No, but it's all in their heads. Oh my God. And this morning at the Legion, that was dangerous. That was actually dangerous. I'll do another testimony to that. That pissed me fucking off. But that's what I mean by an offensive. So they go after me. They go after whoever else might be in there. They go, and then you go here and they're talking about other points. It's tactical ground warfare, okay? It's not just at Legion, okay? All right, goodbye.